Hey there, vinyl lovers, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records. It's time for our weekly highlight check of some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. This week especially, the list is way too big to get into in its entirety, so if you'd like to see everything, all you have to do is head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com, look for the link that says Upcoming Vinyl, click on that, and you can look at the PDF of everything coming out. Additionally, we'll put a link directly to that webpage in the description below, so you can, at your leisure, check everything out that's on the list for this upcoming week. But for now, though, as we mentioned, let's hit the highlights expected for Friday, the 19th of July, 2024. A big one, if you're a Deep Purple fan, on the new release front, and a lot of versions of it, too. This is called Equals One, or Equal One. I guess I'm not quite certain where they're going with this, but as you can tell, Deep Purple has gone all out on the cover art on this one. I kid. But this one is a brand new release from Deep Purple. Equal One is the highly anticipated, according to our description, album by one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Produced by the legendary Bob Ezrin, this record captures the band's pioneering classic sound without relying on nostalgia, embodying the essence and attitude of their 1970s incarnation, possibly more than any other of their recent albums. So it sounds like Deep Purple is embracing their roots, hopefully, on this one. Equal One, or Equals One, is a double LP, and we can get a hold of this for you on black vinyl. That one listing for about $36. But as I mentioned, there's a couple of other versions. They're obviously happy enough about this one. They're putting it out in multiple variants. There is a purple vinyl version of this, because of course there is. Again, double LP. That one listing for about $40. There is also an indie exclusive clear vinyl version, double LP as well, also listing for $40. And then just because there is a big box set version of this, hang on tight, I'll try to go through everything that is included in this Equals One box set. It's the double LP, I'm assuming that's the black vinyl version, plus it has a compact disc of the album, a DVD digipack. It also has 3 exclusive 10-inch vinyl editions featuring live recordings from Deep Purple's 2022 tour. It also contains an LP-sized booklet along with song lyrics, exclusive Deep Purple Collector's t-shirt, a size extra large in there, 2 exclusive guitar picks, and an art print plus a lanyard. So man, this is a chock full of goodness thing for you Deep Purple fans. The LP, CD, DVD, plus those 3 10-inches, all of that coming in this Equal One box set, listing for about $90. Not too bad considering everything that's in there. So if you're a Deep Purple fan and you're looking for this new release, make sure you let us know, or make sure you let your local record store know exactly which version you're looking for so there is no confusion. Also brand new for the week of the 19th, we've got something from Glass Animals. This is called I Love You So Effing Much. That's not me censoring, it's the album cover and the title actually doing this. Brand new stuff from Glass Animals, and the description says, the 4th studio album from human musical group sensations Glass Animals, being released on Republic Records. A black vinyl version of this single LP coming in at a suggested list price of $33. And there is an indie exclusive version of this on kind of a black and white swirl vinyl. This one listing for about $38. Not quite brand new, but I'm including it in the new releases because this has never been released on vinyl before. This is Heart Greatest Hits. Originally released in 1998 only on compact disc and cassette, this classic Heart compilation collects the trailblazing Rock and Roll Hall of Famers' legendary hits from 1975 through 1983. Of course, you're going to get tracks like Barracuda, Crazy on You, Magic Man, among many others. Double LP on black vinyl, Heart's Greatest Hits, coming in at a suggested list price of $32. A couple of big box sets up next. We have the Complete Donington Collection from Dio. This is a 5 LP set, and the description is quite simply says it is the Complete Donington Collection, live stuff from Dio. You've got stuff recorded at Donington from 1983 and from 1987. So again, this is a big 5 LP set. I believe there's an etching on one of the sides. I'll have to double check on that if you're really interested. But the Complete Donington Collection from Dio, listing for about $100. Next up is a box set of albums that separately are complete rarities. This is a Mr. Bungle box set called Quote Unquote 1991 through 1999. This is a 6 LP box set of Mr. Bungle's 3 legendary albums on Warner Records. Mr. Bungle, Disco Volante, and California. Each album comes now as a double LP in a gatefold package, and all of this is packaged together in a metallic foil box, mastered by Scott Hall exclusively for vinyl from the original mixes, some of them for the first time ever. So this features 2 alternate takes of inter-program material from the Bungle archives. So quote-unquote, 1991 through 1999, a box set of Mr. Bungle's 3 albums, but 6 records total in this, listing for about $150. Could be a good get, though. This is always a rarity when you see Mr. Bungle stuff on vinyl. Also in the new releases, we've got something from the Ravenettes. This is called The Ravenettes Sing, and it's coming on glow-in-the-dark vinyl from Cleopatra Records. The description says that beloved indie rock duo The Ravenettes offer up this amazing studio album of revamped classics, inspired cover versions of the Shangri-Las, the Cramps, Buddy Holly, Graham Parsons, the Shirelles, the Velvet Underground, the Everly Brothers, and lots more. You got all that great music and mix the Cramps in, but if you're familiar with the Ravenettes, that does seem to fit for them. So some great stuff from the Ravenettes, an album of cover tunes. It's called The Ravenettes Sing on glow-in-the-dark vinyl, this one listing for about $30. And finally, on the new release front, we've got one of those tribute albums. Again, I like to normally steer clear, but this one sounds interesting. This is called A Gothic Tribute to the Doors, coming on red marbled vinyl from Cleopatra Records. And the description tells us that the best-known names in Gothic and industrial music ride the storm of the Doors' dark psych rock side in this unique tribute album. With performances by the Electric Hellfire Club, Rosetta Stone, Nosferatu, Kevin Haskins of Bauhaus, Alien Sex Fiend, and many more, this album will light your Gothic fire. Again, I love those descriptions. Great goth and industrial bands covering the Doors and a Gothic tribute to the Doors. This one on red marbled vinyl, as we mentioned, coming in at a suggested list price of $28. We've got a whole lot of stuff on the reissue front for the 19th of July as well, so buckle down and hang on. First up is one of those multi-reissue releases coming from Duran Duran. And as I've said before with some of these group releases, it'll be a miracle if everything makes it in time, but we can always cross our fingers. But a whole slew of reissues coming from Duran Duran. And we'll just kind of run through them real quick. I think the list prices are going to be fairly stable across the board. We've got a 2010 remastering of Duran Duran, the self-titled debut album originally released in 1981. This one listing for $25. Of course, you've got Rio on here. It's a 2009 remastering being repressed on vinyl. That one was originally released in 1982. Their biggest, of course, listing for $25. Then we have Seven and the Ragged Tiger, a 2010 remastering of that 1983 album, also $25. Then we have Notorious, a 2010 remastering of that one, also $25. And then Big Thing, a 2010 remastering of their 1988 album. So all 5 Duran Duran reissues, black vinyl for each of them, and each of them coming in at a respectable list price of $25. Next up for the reissues are some interesting ones from Rhino. They're not the audiophile Rhino stuff that's been coming out, and they're not that Now Playing series that's real cheap. There's some middle ground here. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what Warner and Rhino are up to with these moderately priced albums. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I don't think you would be either to see albums, new records coming out at that $25 price point. But here we've got some very cool reissues slated for the 19th, including War's Greatest Hits. This coming on blue vinyl, and of course the cover shows a gold record, but we've got a blue vinyl here from War Greatest Hits. $25 the list price on that. Also is a reissue of the Doobie Brothers, Taking It to the Streets, a brick and mortar exclusive also on blue vinyl, and also listed for about $25. And then finally we have a reissue of CSN, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, 140 gram brick and mortar exclusive also on that blue colored vinyl. That one, by the way, originally released in 1977. The reissue also listing for about $25. So as long as they're putting these things out and we're getting good quality vinyl repressings of them, man, don't complain about that $25 price point. Hey, speaking of that Now Playing series, which we've been talking about, well, now for several months. In fact, we had a discussion on this on our podcast, 2 guys talking about records. Check that out on our YouTube channel or Spotify if you get a chance. But Due for the 19th of July, we've got a few Now Playing titles coming in at that $20 mark, including this Now Playing compilation, Greatest Hits from Hall & Oates, coming on blue-colored vinyl, and again, that $20 price tag. Also on that Now Playing front, we've got a new compilation from Al Stewart, classics like You're the Cat and Time Passages, you know them well. $20 the list price, and I believe that's on colored vinyl as well. Also a Now Playing from Sonny and Cher, the new comp of their timeless hits that defined their era, and a Now Playing from Utopia as well, Todd Rundgren, brick and mortar exclusive on C blue vinyl, some Greatest Hits compilation from Utopia. So there they are, the offerings for the Now Playing series for this week, coming in at that very attractive price point. Another reissue set for the Rolling Stones. This is the Rolling Stones #2, a double LP version. Looks to be on black vinyl, and the list price of this coming in at $26. Switching gears a little bit musically, we've now got a reissue of Recoiled from Coil and 9 Inch Nails, a limited edition gold vinyl pressing. Recoiled is a 2014 EP by Coil and 9 Inch Nails, described as a compilation of Coil's unreleased work for 9 Inch Nails and outtakes from the remix sessions from songs like Fixed and Closer to God and Further Down the Spiral. So as I mentioned, a gold vinyl reissue of Recoiled coming in at a suggested list price of $40, and there is also a white vinyl version of this as well. Same price point on that, coming in at a suggested list of $40. Here we have a couple of versions of Sleep Tokens, Take Me Back to Eden. A black and beige galaxy colored vinyl. That one coming in a little hefty, $45, the suggested list price on that. And then there is also a gold with black splatter vinyl version, $45 also the suggested list price. So Sleep Tokens, Take Me Back to Eden, 2 different variations of that coming on the 19th. We also have a couple of Slayer albums. These were originally slated to be released a couple of weeks back, but I think they got pushed back to the 19th. Repentless, coming on transparent orange and yellow black splatter vinyl. And the Repentless Killology. This is a live album, live at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Repentless is coming in at a suggested list price of about $30, and the live Repentless Killology looks to be a double LP, also coming in. Well, that list price looks to be about $36. And then finally, we've got a fun one for you punk fans from the Vandals. This is Sweatin' to the Oldies, coming on blue and yellow vinyl from Kung Fu Records and Cleopatra. This is a double LP reissue of their 1991 live album, coming from the lovable goofballs of punk rock, the Vandals. This is the complete show, which includes 3 additional bonus tracks that have not been available since the album's initial release in 1991. So you can revel in the days when punk rock was still dangerous, and in the case of the Vandals, a little bit, goofy. Double LP from the Vandals on blue and yellow vinyl, Sweatin' to the Oldies live, coming in at a suggested list price of about $40. And that is a quick check of some of the releases headed our way for Friday the 19th of July, 2024. If you're local and you see something that you'd like to pre-order, just contact us here at the store and we'll get that pre-order in for you. Otherwise, you can check out our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, look for the upcoming releases link. Click on that and you will see the full slate of albums due for release on the 19th. So until next time, this is Jim from Radio Wasteland Records. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, do all the stuff that YouTube likes you to do. And we will be back again next week with a look at the upcoming weeks as we just cruise through summer vinyl. Talk to you folks next week. Have a great one.